Welcome back to our weekly newsletter on the economy, where we bring you the latest updates on business and economic trends. Today, I will take you on a journey through this week's newsletter. To receive our weekly newsletter and stay informed on the latest economic developments, simply follow our website in the description below. First up, a look at leisure time satisfaction in the EU. According to the 2022 EU SISC survey, overall satisfaction with leisure time averaged 6.8 points on a scale from 0 to 10. This score has remained unchanged since the last survey in 2018. The survey covered various aspects of personal well-being, social and cultural participation. It's interesting to see such stability in how people value their free time across the EU. Next, we have exciting news from France, which is leading Europe's AI revolution. French generative AI companies have raised an impressive $2.29 billion. Paris Station F, the world's largest startup campus, hosts 1,000 startups and collaborates with tech giants like Meta and Google. Government initiatives have significantly boosted France's tech ecosystem, making it a global tech leader. Over in Asia, South Korea's exports rose by 6.3% in June, driven by a remarkable 50.2% surge in semiconductor sales to the US, even with fewer working days. The trade balance is expected to show a surplus of $5.24 billion. In Turkey, May 2024 saw exports rise by 11.3%, while imports fell by 10.4%. And now going to Denmark, it's set to introduce the world's first livestock carbon dioxide emissions tax in 2030, aiming to cut greenhouse gases by 70%. The tax will start at 300 Danish krones per ton of carbon dioxide, rising to 750 krones by 2035, and farmers will receive a 60% income tax deduction to offset the costs. This pioneering move highlights Denmark's commitment to environmental sustainability. And according to the ILO, global unemployment is expected to drop slightly to 4.9% in 2024 from 5% in 2023. However, the slow progress in reducing employment inequalities remains a concern, especially for women in low-income countries. In the US, consumer sentiment was revised up to 68.2 in June, despite ongoing concerns over high prices and weakening incomes. And this indicates a cautiously optimistic outlook among consumers. Now in the euro area, annual inflation edged down to 2.5% in June, providing some relief amidst economic challenges. A new IEA report highlights the importance of accelerating clean energy access. While clean energy technologies have higher upfront costs, they can reduce operating costs by more than half over the next decade. Governments spent $620 billion on fossil fuel and subsidies in 2023, compared to just $70 billion on clean energy investments. The report calls for targeted support to ensure poorer households benefits from clean energy cost savings. Let's move on to the automotive industry in Europe. In May, EU car registrations dropped by 3%. Italy, Germany, and France saw declines, while Spain had a slight increase. Vienna has been named the world's most livable city for the third consecutive year by the EIU's Global Livability Index. This achievement highlights Vienna's exceptional quality of life, robust infrastructure, and cultural richness. The city's continued high ranking underscores its commitment to maintaining and enhancing these standards. In Slovenia, economic growth remains resilient despite recent shocks, with GDP projected to rise from 1.6% in 2023 to 2.7% in 2025. Inflation is expected to decrease to 3.3% in this year, and key challenges include housing affordability, labor market tightness, and the need for structural reforms to sustain growth and achieve net zero emissions by 2050. Now going back to Turkey, the manufacturing PMI dropped to 47.9 in June, remaining below 50 for the third month. This decline is due to significant production slowdown and moderate export order reductions. And June's global manufacturing PMI showed a slight decrease to 50.9, but still indicated improving business conditions for the fifth consecutive month. The UN tourism meeting highlighted the rapid recovery of tourism in Asia and the Pacific, with arrivals reaching 82% of pre-pandemic levels in early 2024, and the focus is on diversifying tourism, promoting education and sustainable practices to build resilience. And in Croatia, retail trade turnover rose by up to 0.6% in May, and this is the 14th consecutive month. And the food products led to growth with a 2.5% increase, indicating sustained consumer demand and economic stability in the retail sector. In North Macedonia, the number of active enterprises reached over 70,000 in 2022, with wholesale and retail trade leading at 30.4%. Next, we turn to the UK, where a potential fiscal crisis is on the horizon. According to the Centre for Economics and Business Research, the UK could face £190 billion revenue shortfall by 2028 and 29 due to sluggish GDP growth. Additionally, declining public sector productivity could add £70 billion annually to borrowing. And these trends, if they persist, may lead to significant financial strains, emphasizing the need for economic growth and productivity improvements to prevent escalating debt ratios and market instability. In Hungary, the first quarter of this year brought positive news as the deficit shrank to 5.4% of GDP, and this improvement is attributed to a surge in revenues and controlled expenditures. Montenegro's external trade in goods recorded a total of over €1 million from January to May, marking a 2.6% year-on-year growth. And lastly, in Estonia, industrial production fell by 1.2% in May. While manufacturing saw a decline of 1.4%, electricity production increased by 2.1%. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates.